Hey there, and Sam here, and welcome to my channel, Snuggle with Sam. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about loneliness and the core 4 roles that your people need to take in order for you to feel fulfilled. Now, you could say that I know a lot about loneliness due to my work. I certainly do. I also know a lot about it just from personal experience. I've gone through periods of isolation, not just because of the pandemic, but also because of injury, because of destroying friend groups, because of isolating myself and overworking myself. All of these things have led to a lot of periods of loneliness. And I noticed that certain friends taking certain roles makes a huge, huge difference in my own mental health and how I can show up better in the world and how I connect with everything around me and everyone around me. And it also helps when we can be some of these roles to other people too, because this is not just about what you can get from other people, it's also about what you can give to other people. But today we're going to focus on what you might need in your core 4. Now, I came up with this in particular when I was injured and I was putting a lot of pressure on my boyfriend to basically be my cheerleader, my person to like see like this is my future with, my person to like push me to be a better person, and to just handle all of the emotional crap that I was dealing with in the process of a major injury, which was my ACL. And he finally said, I've had enough. I can't do this anymore. I love you dearly. I'm not breaking up with you, but can you ask other people to take some of these roles for me? That was the most powerful thing he could have said to me. Like that moment changed how I look at the people around me and how we can disperse not just the emotional loads, but the variety of how people in our support networks can support us. So I had to really think about it and think through the friends that I have and the roles that they take when I'm looking for support. And that type of support looks different depending on what it is that we're doing. And what it boiled down to was there was 4 roles that took the place of, putting it all on one person and expecting them to be all things, because that's unrealistic. But it didn't mean that they couldn't take on other roles either. So let me introduce you to the 4 roles, the core 4, that are going to make a big difference in how you connect with people in your life. CORE is a nice, beautiful acronym. So let's name this lovely thing out. Starting with C. C stands for celebrate. Of course, you want to celebrate your wins with people. Absolutely. Do you have people that you can celebrate something awesome that happened in your life and they'll be happy for you? They'll like applaud you. They give you the praise that you want. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, we kind of need that in order to feel encouraged and like we're doing something good. That validation is so valuable. But it's not just that. The other side of that is what you would call the gloomy weather friends. I think that if there's fair weather friends, there has to be gloomy weather friends as well. But they have to be good at celebrating too. So when things aren't going well, you need somebody that is also there and able to celebrate with you that you've opened up, you are able to talk about this with somebody, that despite these struggles that you're still strong. I'm not suggesting that they just fly by everything that you say and just try to be positive, like, oh yes, your grandmother died, but you know what, you still have another one, so cheer up. That's just psychotic, and that person should be slapped. No, I'm talking about the person that's like listening to you pour your heart out and they're like, I'm so happy that you were able to share that with me, and wow, that really sounds like that is a struggle. The fact that you're even here and like haven't given up yet, I'm so impressed with you. You know that? That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of celebration that's not necessarily shouting from the rooftops, but it's still celebrating you as a human for being there and showing up despite all of the odds. That is celebrating for gloomy weather friends. Now let's go to the O. The O stands for open up to. So yes, while we have the gloomy weather friends to celebrate with, open up to might be somebody that doesn't necessarily give us anything back actively, but they still are giving something very valuable. And you know what that is? They are holding a ton of space. Even if all they do is listen, that in itself requires so much self-regulation to not overreact to the point that they're overpowering whatever you're feeling. And if they're an empath, like they are feeling it. Oh my God, are they? It's so much work that, and no, most people aren't comfortable with it. They're not comfortable with just shutting up and letting somebody else have their feelings. Trust me, I've had my feelings invalidated so many times before. It's ridiculous. But usually for this open up to person, you just want somebody to accept that, yeah, this is what you're feeling. Sorry, you are. I'm sorry that's what you're dealing with. Yeah, this blows. Do you know how much work that is to do? Oh my God. To not react and be like, oh, that I'm gonna kick his. And maybe sometimes you need that person too to genuinely react and be like, that sucks that much. But as soon as somebody has their like reactions overpowering you, it's not really safe to open up to them as much. It's not really your feelings anymore, it's theirs, and that's not comfortable either. So finding somebody that is willing to hold the space, let you have your feelings however you need to, and be witness to it, super, 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 super valuable. Now let's talk about the R. R is someone to respect. Now, when you first hear this, you might think of some people like, I know for me, I first thought of like my therapist, maybe some like idols, like celebrities. Who am I kidding? I don't really watch TV or like listen to pop culture all that much. I'm a weirdo like that. Somebody that is out of your reach, you might think of. And that might be the first person you think of too. But I'm actually thinking in terms of respect, it's like that friend of yours that has their shit together. They seem to have all their ducks in a row. You know their life isn't perfect, but they have a lot of things lined up. You're like, I kind of wish I had that life. I really enjoy being around this person. I really want to like spend time with them. I want to learn from them. Now, this person's a really hard person to hold on to because it's a more of a one-way relationship than other one, because it's more like a mentor. It's more like somebody that's very, very experienced with what it is that we like and want. And if we're not careful, it can feel like to them that we're sucking their energy out because we're not like them. Now, if you've probably heard the phrase that you should go hang out with people that you want to be like, I mean, that's also the case for the people we respect. They want to hang out with the people that they want to be like too. So if we're at a place where we can't really accept that we want to be at that spot with them, it's going to be exhausting in one way, and they're going to try to avoid you. So you need to be careful when you're looking for people to respect actively and be around. You can always respect people from a distance too. That is always welcome. And even just sending a message to them somehow saying, I want to say I really love you, I respect you, and I want to be a lot like you. Thank you for what you do. That can be all you need for connection. That feels good to them. You get to like know that you were heard. It's a big deal. Still valuable. Lastly, we have E, and that stands for elevate. Now, what do I mean by elevate? Think of the accountability partner you have for trying to go work out every day. Think of the group chat you guys have about your hashtag food goals when you cook. All of these things matter a lot in trying to elevate yourself to the next level. Whereas your R person to respect is somebody you want to strive towards and be like and get their like approval too. Elevate is the people that are right there with you. They want to improve too. They might be at the same exact level as you or a little bit higher, a little bit lower, and you're encouraging each other to get better. You're working hard. You can celebrate together. You can like talk about your like not so great like moments together. You can have your lows. You can still respect them very much so. But with elevate, it's like all of that fire to like get better is right there. I would say that this person embodies a lot of the principles of the CORE4, but they're also at the most risk to be all four roles. So you have to be careful, and when you're creating these elevate like roles with your friends, to be very clear, very, very clear on what the extent of that is expected and looks like for you and them. So that's it. That's the CORE4. So how do you find these people? I can't tell you based on your own experience. However, I do talk about these roles, how to show up better for them, and where you can probably find them in your life right now in my upcoming book, Happy While Hermiting. That book is going to be coming out in October. I'll put the link below to get on my mailing list and find out more. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Stop believing.